Hershey's chocolate. As one of our primary ingredients. this recipe is really, really simple, and you can do it without a campfire. Of course, I do recommend doing it around a campfire with friends because I think that's the best way to enjoy s'mores. But if you don't have access to a campfire, that is totally fine. I think this will work well if you have a toaster oven. Not necessarily a microwave, but a toaster oven. And then I'm sure if you don't have a toaster oven, there is some alternative way of toasting this marshmallow. I don't think I would recommend a microwave because I don't have a microwave personally and I don't use one very often, but I've heard that marshmallows explode if you put them in their microwave, so I don't recommend that unless you happen to know of a particular way of cooking them in there where they would not do that. So the point of this recipe is to get this marshmallow to be nice and golden, also to the point where the inside of it becomes very, very melty. You don't want your s'more to have a hard center in the marshmallow at all. You want it to be nice and almost liquidy so that it fluffs out around the edges when you push down the cookie together. Of course, this is all up to your preference, so feel free to just use these ingredients if you like this idea and adjust it to how you like your s'mores. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my Hershey's bar. And I'm going to break off this much of it. You could use only 2 squares or 2 rectangles, but I like a lot of chocolate on my s'mores, so I'm going to use all 3. Okay. So we're almost there in terms of our assembly. The only thing I'm going to change is I'm going to open up my Oreo by twisting it gently. Alright, now that that's opened up, I'm going to place the square of chocolate right here on the side of the Oreo that does not have icing. And here we're pretty much done. The only step left is to go ahead and toast this marshmallow somehow, whether it's on a campfire or with a toaster oven. I'm going to go ahead and do it with a toaster oven right now, and I'll be right back. If you are doing this with a campfire, I recommend using a marshmallow roasting stick, or what I think is even better is if you find a good stick on the ground that's long enough and you use a Swiss Army knife or a similar tool marshmallow is over there toasting, I can kind of take this time to go over some of my methods for toasting marshmallows over a campfire. So like I said, sometimes I will, or usually I will actually go over to a sapling or a tree that has tons of branches, and if you kind of pluck off a branch that is a few feet long, of course taking only what you need and nothing more, because you don't want to, take too much from the tree. But if you just take one branch, you can whittle off that edge with a Swiss Army knife or something. And I think that makes the best roasting stick for marshmallows, for hot dogs, etc. Because the interior of the stick is still alive, like it was, you had just taken it from the tree. It's still very, it still has a lot of water in it, and it has not gotten the chance to dry out at all. I think it's best for roasting because it does not catch on fire at all. But instead it allows you to put the stick right into the fire and, be able to put the marshmallow in whatever area you want without risk of it catching on fire. Having said that, I do like my marshmallows from a campfire to be a little bit burnt, and I have been known to do this where I'll put the marshmallow on the stick and then just put it right in the flames, and I'll kind of turn it a little bit until everything is on fire, and then I will just take it back very quickly and blow out the fire. And then you're kind of left with this like barely burnt shell. And I wish I could show you this, but what I'll do is I'll take the marshmallow and just grab the edges of it and pull off the edges, and they actually separate, so you kind of have the burnt shell and then you have the rest of the marshmallow still on the stick. So I'll eat the shell, and it's really, really good, I think, personally. And then I will do the same process again to the marshmallow that's still left. I'll burn the edges, take off that shell and eat that one, and then I'll burn the edges, and then finally take off that shell and eat that one. But sometimes if you do it right, you can get like 5 of those delicious burnt shells from one marshmallow. And because you're just setting it on fire rather than waiting for it to toast, it's very, very quick. So that is something I like to do. If you are more of a traditional roaster and you want your marshmallow to be golden brown, which many people do, then I recommend kind of rotating the marshmallow either on the edge of the fire, near the base of the fire, rather than high above the flames, because the base of the fire is going to be a lot hotter and it's going to allow the heat to reach your marshmallow faster. Something else I do is I will just put the marshmallow into the center of the fire if there's like a little opening in the logs, and it's like kind of hanging out there among those red hot coals. And I tell you, that really gets it, toasted very, very quickly. You could put it in there for only a few seconds and then it will be ready to eat. And if you do it right, it does not have to catch on fire. If you prefer to not have your marshmallows super toasted like I do. Alright, so those are just a couple of the ways that I like to toast my marshmallows when I am doing it. Alright, so I have just finished toasting this marshmallow. I think it was in the toaster oven for about maybe 3 minutes. You just have to kind of keep an eye on it to make sure that it doesn't get burnt or anything. as you can see, you have many, many layers here of deliciousness. You've got your 2 Oreo cookies, the chocolate classic, some really melty marshmallow in there, and then your icing. Now the reason why I kind of like this better than, I'm just going to leave it a couple of seconds to melt the chocolate, but the reason why I kind of like this better than the traditional graham crackers is because the graham crackers are kind of big squares and they tend to break off and crack up because it is a graham cracker, I understand. When I try to eat it, so it's just kind of hard to manage and everything. The crumbs are going everywhere, but with this it's kind of more compact and I kind of like it. I think it's really, really good, so I'm going to give it a try now. So that's just one corner of the chocolate and the marshmallow. I haven't even gotten into the cookie quite yet. But here we go, second try. So as you can see, it's kind of gooey, but that's to be expected from a s'more. That's kind of what you want. And although we did have some cracking here on the cookie part, there was no like falling off or crumbling off like there would have been with a graham cracker. So if you're someone who likes their s'mores to be very compact, I recommend trying this out.